Coach, with Austin being out, it looks like Michael was getting thrown a lot of balls. Can you talk a little bit about Michael and how important it is for him to step up and how he's doing?
I think that with Austin being out, it took a little time with Michael, with Evan, and then with Josh Perkins being somewhat of a hybrid, playing receiver and tight end. The responsibility of being the tight end and having to make those plays consistently took a little time for that to happen. But I have been impressed this week with all three of those guys, Michael being one of them, that their consistency has improved vastly. They're playing faster, they're playing more physical, they're making plays on the football when they're getting their chances, which has been encouraging to me. And then even today, Evan Hudson got a little nicked up with his knee, and we were down to two guys, and those guys battled through it all, and they did a great job.
Looks like you gave some of the guys who are usually running with the ones day off, light reps at least. Bishop saying he didn't really get very many carries. You're giving a lot.
Yeah, we had some guys. We're a little banged up right now. Nothing serious, and we got a few more today. Whether it was Bishop, Shaq didn't do much today. We have considerable amount of guys. Kevin Smith. Different guys that are just nicked up, and the beauty of spring ball is there's so much development that needs to take place for the younger players, that by giving those guys, lightening their load for a day and pushing the younger guys up having to play, in the end is going to be good for us. So there's no need to stress guys more. When a few more days off will get them healthier for Tuesday, Thursdays, as we move forward into next week. So it's felt like the right thing to do, and some young guys performed today, did a good job.
That corner touchdown that Kaysen, the one-handed catch he made, he said afterward that he told Keith it could be that easy all year. And if it was last year, we would probably be asking you if that was one of those belief throws to put it up and let him do something.
I think that's right. I think that Kaysen is such a unique talent in that obviously he's a big, strong guy, but for being a big, strong guy, he has tremendous jumping ability. We've seen that in the track stuff with his ability to high jump and long jump and triple jump. And so he poses a real difficult threat. And now with Kaysen, this year more so than ever, is the quickness he possesses, how much quicker he's moving and faster he's going to make those plays, to get separation as well as win the one-on-one battles. And then the rapport with Keith. I think Keith and Kaysen's rapport is really good right now. And we're going to need to go to Kaysen in those one-on-one matchups and allow him to make those plays. And that was a great example of it today in the corner of the end zone, in the red zone. It's one-on-one with Kaysen. You give him a chance, and he makes a play.
How do you feel the offensive line is kind of gelling, coming together?
I think they're doing a nice job. I really feel good about what they've been able to do. If you compare this spring to maybe the last couple springs, I've been very impressed with them. And we're playing a lot of guys, which is great. So it's in this offense, you have to. We're subbing linemen in the middle of drives right now, which is pretty cool. So I've been impressed. There's still room for improvement. We need to improve our center snaps, especially when we get a little fatigued. We're making the quarterbacks work a little too much in receiving the snap and then having to play and keep their eyes downfield. So there's always stuff to work on, but I'm pleased with what they've done so far.
Where's Kohler and kind of his road back?
He's working his way. One of the challenges when you're coming off of injury with this system that we're in right now offensively is conditioning. More so than anything, I think he gets fatigued faster than anything else. And so it's just working himself back into it, getting into football shape, really working through the grind of the practice that we're in right now. But, we're not, again, we want him to be healthy at the end of spring, not still trying to get healthy. So we're taking it, little steps at a time, but we feel good about where he's at.
Siler and Jeff said that the game slowed down for them, and I was wondering if you've been able to kind of see that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that early on when we got going, I thought Keith had a pretty firm grasp of what we were doing. The younger guys would do some good things and then maybe have some moments that they regretted and wish they had back. Well, now the game settling down is increasing for the younger quarterbacks, and the moments of regret are minimizing, which is what you want to see as you work through spring practice in the offense. So Siler and Jeff, definitely. I think Troy's having some moments, and I think Keith is playing good football for us.
This is kind of off the wall, but did you see this Rutgers stuff? And what's your takeaway And obviously these guys go through different coaches as they
Sure.
come up, and some of their
Sure.
personalities are to scream and hammer you, and
Sure.
some of them are different.
Right.
What's your takeaway from all that?
Well, I would say that one, I don't know Coach Rice. I don't know those kids. I try to remind myself when I'm watching, 15 to 30 seconds of video that's cut out of thousands of hours of video. So I don't know what their practices are normally like. I don't know what their locker room is like. I don't know the relationship between those guys. I would think that, I think Coach Rice, and I saw an interview of his where, he regretted those instances. He was embarrassed by them. And I think we all would be. But I also know this is an emotional sport that we coach, and basketball is, and you're trying to get the most out of your players and motivate them the best you can. And I guess everybody has their own tactics, but there's obviously a line that we all have to draw in this profession when it comes to having contact with our players, whether it's physical and then also from a mental side and the way we talk to them. So, for us, the same way I talk to the team, there's great lessons for us to learn, whether it's our own mistakes that we might make and or from others. The key is to learn from them. And so this is a great reminder for us. We talked about as a staff that you can't have physical contact with the players. You have to teach. You have to coach. It's not about having physical contact and the way you talk to them. And so a great lesson for us to learn from, and hopefully, no more of these things happen around the country.
Do you try to navigate different players based on their personalities
Sure.
versus just the straight hammering of
Well,
one-
without a doubt,
one
I
approach?
think that's what good coaches do. I think that we all have a personality and our own coaching style, but good coaches know their players as individuals and what buttons to push and how to push them to motivate them. Some guys don't respond well to yelling at all. Some guys, like for me, for instance, when I played, I like somebody kind of on me to let me know, hey, it's time to pick it up. That's what got me going, And so I think everyone's individual, and how that's what good coaches do. They figure out what button to push. Sometimes it's a joke for a guy that gets him going and puts him in the frame of mind that he needs to be in for the next 10 to 15 minutes. And so that's one of the unique challenges. I know for football, maybe as compared to basketball, we have 105 guys, right? And we're trying to motivate all 105 of them, never mind the 12 to 15 on a basketball team. When you have 105, it's a real task for not only me, but all of the coaches on our staff to motivate our players.
Coach, week one, after coming back, who stepped up? What are some battles that are really being fought out right now up for grabs?
I don't. We're not in that frame of mind, Kim, because we're running so many plays and we're rotating so many players. I mean, our ones are our twos, and our twos are our ones right now. I don't even yell ones or twos, quite honestly. We're subbing linemen, we're subbing defensive linemen, we're subbing wide receivers, we're subbing linebackers. For right now, we're going through it, and so I for the most part with our team, I've been impressed with their ability just to compete. I don't know if today was our cleanest practice, quite honestly. I think we've had better practices than we had today. But at the end is, when we get through spring ball, when we get through to evaluating spring ball, and as we work ourselves into fall camp to get ready to actually play a game, then it will really be more of a focus on what percentage of the game is so-and-so going to play as compared to so-and-so else. Because in this system, offensively especially, we're not going to go out and just play the same 11 guys. There's going to be a lot of guys that are going to have to play. Conversely, on defense, we're playing so many no-huddle teams that you really have to have a two deep that you have to count on to play and to play from the first quarter on. And so the battles are great. The battles are great at a lot of positions. I know our corner position has been a tremendous one. Travell Dixon, Cleveland Wallace, all these guys are making their plays. Greg Ducre. So I'm just enjoying watching them battle and compete. I'm not so concerned right now about who's a one and who's a two.
Is it more about teaching right now then?
There's a lot of teaching, and it's a lot of understanding the flow of the game and the way the games are going to be played now with us playing in this style, as well as for our defense, the way we're going to sub playing no-huddle teams and subbing very early on and being disciplined in that subbing. And so it's taken us a little time to understand that so that we're in the right frame of mind in practice so that we can get prepared for game day when that comes.